5 o'clock, June 6th, 1918. The fellow behind me, Floyd Gibbons, a reporter for the Chicago Tribune, attaches himself to Benjamin Barry's 3rd Battalion, 5th Marines. And as they're making their way across the field and the German machine guns open up, Barry tells his battalion to get down to the ground. And they begin to inch their way slowly across that field. And as they're doing it, Floyd Gibbons says that the only way I could get closer to the earth was if I took the buttons off my uniform. And as he's laying on the ground and the German machine guns are cutting the wheat above his head, suddenly he feels a sharp pain in his left shoulder. And he reaches over and touches his shoulder and comes away, but there's no blood. And he thinks that's odd. A short while later, as he's moving forward, he feels another sting in his left shoulder. And laying on his stomach, with his head turned to the side, with his helmet cockeyed so he could get as close to the ground as possible, suddenly, as Gibbons says in his memoir, and they thought we wouldn't fight, the world went white. A German machine gun bullet or rifle bullet had come in and struck a rock and ricocheted up and hit him in the side of the face, taking out his left eye and exiting the bridge of his nose. Gibbons lies on the field, semi-conscious, until he hears the voice of the lieutenant who had been attached to take care of him and keep him safe during the battle. He looks at Gibbons' face, and Gibbons says, "I could tell it was bad because his face went white. Are you hurt?" And Gibbons says, "Yes, I'm afraid severely." So the lieutenant manages to get Gibbons and pulls him off the battlefield and immediately sends him into the evacuation process. And Gibbons is spirited away to an American hospital in Paris. But before he went into battle, he had written his dispatch and had asked a friend of his in the American censor's office in Paris that if anything happens to me, see that this gets published. Word passes that Gibbons has been wounded, and since he doesn't show up on the roster of any of the hospitals around Paris, everybody believes he's dead. And the message, the Marines have taken Belleau Wood, goes out. Within hours, across the country and across the world, newspaper headlines show Marines take Belleau Wood, fight at Chateau Thierry. And with that, Floyd Gibbons enters Marine history. The Marines will go on to have a headline for the last 100 years. If you'd like to learn more about the Battle of Belleau Wood and the Marines in World War I, please come see us at the National Museum of the Marine Corps.